to allow them entry.
But you endorse what's happening this afternoon?
I don't know what is happening.
Many of them have been arrested. Many of them have been arrested.
Yeah. Well, that's the police people doing their work. I don't know anything. I've just
But you have instructed them to come?
They should come and present their petition. We are ready
The police
to
are
take
not
it.
allowed.
They earlier marched from the Ghana School of Law to the ministries where they presented petitions to the Chief Justice and Attorney General. They diverted from the original route to mass up at the Ghana Bar Association office where a meeting was ongoing.
It is not that people do not know the problem. Everybody wants a solution. But I believe that once you have made your voice heard, the powers that be, my position has been stated clearly in my speech. So just go back to my conference speech. I have said it clearly.
The protesting law students and sympathizers are demanding reforms in Ghana's legal education system.
The SRC president of the Ghana School of Law, Jonathan Alua, has been arrested. They've been beaten, brutalized. Why? Just because we want justice. Is that how the government is going to treat Ghanaian students? Is that how you deal with our students? No. You claim to be a listening government. Now is the time for Nanado to show to the Ghanaian people that he listens, because this is a voice that reflects the shades of opinion in this country.
The demonstration is on the back of the recent failure recorded at the Ghana School of Law when only 128 students out of 1,820 candidates who sat for this year's entrance examinations passed.
Meanwhile, Deputy Chief of Staff Abu Jinapo has refuted allegations that government agrees to the capping of admissions into the law school. He was reacting to the protest by law students who are calling for legal education reforms.
The Chief of Staff had instructed me to be on standby to receive a petition from some demonstrators. Therefore, the government has absolutely no difficulty with citizens demonstrating, as it is their right in a democratic dispensation and a democratic culture such as ours. And the presidency was absolutely willing and ready to receive the petition from these demonstrators. And I think that point ought to be made and made very clearly. The matters as they relate between the police and the demonstrators, I'm not fully appraised of, and therefore I will not speak to it.
Deputy Chief of Staff Abu Jinapo agreed to calls for continuous reforms in Ghana's legal education.
It cannot be the case that the government wants to restrict legal education in our country or restrict the number of people who turn out to be lawyers. It cannot be. In any event, as I've stated, the government has no mandate to regulate legal education. And I heard the Chief Justice. I'm not too sure that what the Chief Justice meant was mass production of lawyers. What she actually was speaking to was quality of lawyers, was the standards. And all of us must be concerned about standards when it comes to professions in our country, be it medical doctors, lawyers, accountants, auditors, or whatever. We all have to be insisting on the production of such professionals who meet the requisite standards and global standards, because without that, we're going to have a failed society.
Meanwhile, SLC President of the Ghana School of Law, Jonathan Alua, says members arrested have been granted bail by the police.
Now we are all out of custody. We are on police inquiry bail. And so the caution statement said in it that we're being charged for unlawful assembly and conduct conducive of a breach of the peace. Now, you see, we didn't need permission. I mean, that's the position of the law. But we had notified them, which is what the law requires. We notified them 10 clear days ahead of time. If you take the weekends out, that's 8 days. The law requires 5 days prior notice. What happened was, after we notified the police, they made an attempt to prevent us from demonstrating. And so we wrote to them and told them that pursuant to our initial letter, arrangements were far advanced. People were traveling from Cape Coast, from Kumasi. They had made arrangements, and so it was practically impossible to prevent the peaceful demonstration. And so we're going to go ahead after having notified them. It would interest you to know that today, when we're about filing out, the police appeared, but over 20 men, indicating that they didn't want us to go on this peaceful demonstration and that they didn't have the men for it. And our position was, we understand our rights and we know that we have complied. We are legally justified in marching. And so we proceeded regardless. And your people were with us. We were very peaceful. So the police said they didn't have the men for us. And so the entire way, as I was saying, we went by ourselves. We organized ourselves, we filed, we sang, and then we walked peacefully from the AG's office to the Ghana Bar Association office, and then on our way to the Jubilee House at Akwaje Interchange around Afrikiko, we were confronted by the full complement of the police with their, their vehicles and everything. And they stopped us, and we had already sent someone ahead of us to let them understand that we are marching peacefully, and we need, at least we can even have a delegation go. They refused.
Away from law students, workers of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority and the Maritime Dock workers of the Trade Union Congress fear more than 1,500 workers will lose their jobs by the end of the year. At a news conference in Tema, the union said this is as a result of the Meridian Port Services' refusal to accept a 20% proposal of container business at the new Terminal 3 port in a bid to review the concession agreement.
The team made up of the management of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Meridian Port Services and the union have met 5 times. Unionized workers registered their displeasure about the outcome of the meetings, indicating that their request for 20% of container business have been rejected by NPS.
From the last meeting that was held, information that we got was that NPS has, changed their mind. They are bringing some kind of very ridiculous proposals that we think is very unfortunate. Give us 20% of the business, let's manage it, and then take off ourselves. But from the posture of NPS, we suspect the possibility of anything happening.
According to the union, an estimated $400 million revenue obtained annually through container business will now go to NPS.
The situation as it is now is very bad. There are a lot of private companies around that take their source of business from GPHA. Now, once the volume of containers GPHA handles goes down as per the current arrangement, what it means is that we cannot continue to give business to those other private businesses. And they will fold up. Those companies folding up means that they are going to lay off people.
According to the statistics that we have, more workers will go from Takrade than in Tema. So we in Takrade, we are also very much interested in what is happening.
The General Secretary of the Maritime Dock Workers Union, Daniel Owusu-Kranting, described the deal as a bad one.
By this arrangement, NPS has become the beneficiary of revenues accruing from the river container business, which is a huge bonus on top of the generous incentives provided in the concession agreement. In fact, if we're a crocodile, you should even cry as a Ghanaian. You shed tears that all these monies are going away for so many different companies for so many years.
But management of Meridian Ports and Services have also defended their stand that they will lose their investment protection if they accept the proposal of the authority. Meetings are to be convened on Tuesday, October 8th by Meridian Ports and Services to come out with a final decision.
A reminder, you're watching News at 10 live from our news hub here at Adesawe in Kanda. Still ahead, we'll bring you the full version of the BBC Eye documentary titled Sex for Grades.
Hi, I'm Issy. I run one of the biggest restaurants in the city. I understand the importance of a clean environment, and so does my guest. So when it comes to my washrooms, I go the extra mile to ensure I keep it clean and germs-free. I use Dr. Mighty WC Power Balls, and I recommend it to schools, private and public institutions.
That was me some time ago. Constantly scrubbing the toilet bowls to keep it clean and fresh at all times. But until I discovered Dr. Mighty WC Power Balls, My scrubbing has become less frequent. It cleans, prevents stains, foams, provides fresh fragrance at all times.
Dr. Mighty WC Powerballs, the scent of heaven.
Yeah, Collins. Oh, Mabagano, Malande, Bami Wahabo, me Pesa me claim in your manansa. Oh, and you may brush up with me, my papa. I'm off for media Franco Trading Enterprise. On one of me, Habo. Me, Hamilton, Conantia, Butching, to phones, and laptops. As I'm a trade duty or her, and I have to show our Franco Trading Enterprise. Massa, so whoop a phones to two, whoop a laptops to two, TV. Any pen drive, any external hard drive, me near my papa, dear Massa, Franco Trading Enterprise. No more near my F1 a year. Yeah, when you near man, me ship in the sea, one clear near man.
Paa Kwesi, me the say one question, madam.
Oh, me near Bema. Malaria be now bombing back by you.
Ah, malaria, a bonny. And it's in a made gold malaria tablet and an insue. A cra attempt and a lumifentrin. A co etia malaria precupe. G Nanum. Paa Kwesi! Oh, Bojuma! Ah, the hoodie.
What did you stop? And then go to malaria now, the my anchor. Says the name they have to you.
Golden malaria, you want a tablet, Emma in penny for, and I need so Emma in Mofra. So maybe at baseline and I need pharmacy, or more Kumasi any incran, and to for and Fred, yellow and orange pharmacy, or more Kumasi Amekom, and one more for so 0244 689071. Golden malaria, abata sum G.
FDA, Ashasa, a great incra to mu adia to say.
And that's a wonderful header from the 6-yard line. Good ball back again. Can they find another chance? And this time the ball goes out. Keep it out. The ball back to the goalkeeper. And mistaken. Pass Grisha with a chance there. And that's goal number 2. Time wasn't able to quite pick it up there. And the referee calls for the end of the game. The Green Beach came. About winning. Don't just support your favorite team, bet on that winning team. With Soccer Bets, you take advantage of every game and make good money. Soccer Bets guarantees highest odds, unlimited payouts, immediate cash, best bonuses, and biggest promotions. With Soccer Bets, everybody wins. Soccer Bets, your best bets for sports betting.
Hey. Miss Minya Ba, Menemi Bay, Yenumatu, Yentimin Didi, and say a young coin de Pimujayo. The Hiana saw Benham City Blatonic. City Blatonic. City Blatonic. Semojan Kwana Upedia, and a G City Blatonic. No way. I Minyaba, Sir. O City Blatonic now. O catch me say a kita iron 3 polymotus no. And no, and I'm a young Mudanya snap running you, Minyaba. City Blatonic dear. A year do papa. A year more mommy to my debit say a fit of 4, a queer 4, Yana Momotonia would doom, and your busia munina. City Blatonicana, a year do papa.
FDA, Ashasa, a gradient crowd to mu adia to say.
For bulk purchase and distributorship, contact Yellow and Orange Pharmacy Limited. Amakum Kumasi on 0244 689071.
Baby, your money don't impress me. Hi everyone, this is Adina, and I have great news for you. TV3 Mentor is back, bigger and better. So if you believe you have what it takes, stay tuned because auditions will be coming to Tamale, Kumasi, Takrady, and Accra real soon. I can't wait to see you all, and I can't wait to see your talents blossom. So let's do this. Love you guys.
Log on to www.3news.com for more news and updates of our major stories. Join us on Facebook 3newsgh for live streaming and comments on our page. Like and follow us on Twitter at 3newsgh and at 3sportsgh. Like our pictures on Instagram, TV3 Network. If you missed our live shows, watch a playback on YouTube, TV3GH. TV3, first in news, best in entertainment.
everything you need to know. Captivating, reliable, credible, and breaking news. All at your fingertips.
Who's found Asamoah Gyan? Super finish!
Being on top of the news has never been easy. Visit us at www.3news.com for all your reliable news. 3 News, news at your fingertips.
Watch the brand new season of New Day with Johnny, Bella, and Krista, Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. here on TV3.
Brought to you by Vodafone. The future is exciting. Ready?
Roma insecticide spray and coil. Fecal spray starch.
Woodin.
You're welcome back to News at 10 live from Adesawa in Kanda, Accra. Now, the Technical University Teachers Association of Ghana has embarked on an indefinite strike to press home demands for better conditions of service for its members. At a news conference in Accra, President of TUTAG, Dr. Solomon Kilson, said the strike has become necessary since government has failed to fulfill its promises after several engagements with the association.
Earlier this year, the association threatened to embark on a strike if government failed to migrate its members onto the public university salary structure. President of TUTAG, Dr. Solomon Kilson, noted despite an audit in October last year, their demands have not been met.
TUTAG has been left with no choice but to embark upon an indefinite strike action to press home our demand on government to implement the conditions of service of public universities for staff of technical universities and the release of the NAB report by NCT.
TUTAG insists it had followed all the due processes for the resolution of their concerns and is hopeful the industrial action will get them the desired results.
The NCT, as part of the migration process, has reviewed the scheme of service of TUs above the standards in other public universities in Ghana. Indeed, an iron fist has been applied to TU standards. Yet, when it comes to receiving the emolument of the university lecturer, it still remains a mirage.
The strike will be undertaken by staff of all technical universities in the country.
Now, Ghana is exploring the regional market as well as positioning itself to becoming a major exporter of reliable and competitively priced electricity in the ECOWAS region, while opening the 5th Ghana Renewable Energy Fair and National Energy Symposium in Accra. Senior Minister Yao Safumafo noted it would help contribute to the regional economic inclusiveness strategy.
The Ghana Renewable Energy Fair, in its 5th year, has been instrumental in facilitating inter-stakeholder discussions on topical renewable energy and energy efficiency technologies and policy issues. At the opening ceremony in Accra, Senior Minister Yao Osafumafo said Ghana will help in the ECOWAS economic inclusiveness strategy.
Today, Ghana is investing heavily in transmission infrastructure to link our power market to the Burkina Faso and the other Sahelian power markets in our quest to exporting the excess power. We would continue to pursue this path, which would create the desired opportunity for both conventional and renewable energy players in the country.
The senior minister added government remains committed to the promotion of renewable energy in the country.
We are negotiating with our development partners to provide funding support to connect key government facilities, including the ministries, municipalities, departments and agencies to solar power. This would reduce government's burden of having to pay the utility bills for these establishments and increase the contributions of renewable energy in the energy mix.
The Ghana Renewable Energy Fair has over the years helped in identifying opportunities for investment in the utilization of the country's renewable energy resources. A participant at the fair lauded Ghana's renewable energy policy.
Our new one is Central University. They even want now the whole government and government agency to go solar. We have put in a proposal for 50 megawatt of those rooftop. So we are expecting a positive feedback to make it real. We have also put a proposal and expression of interest to put solar on the Jubilee House. The example comes from the top. So we think if we realize that project at the Jubilee House, many people will go solar.
The fair has over the years featured an increased diversity of local and international speakers, participants and exhibitors.
A reminder, you're still watching News at 10 live from our news hub here at Adesawa in Kanda. My name is Paa Kwesi Asare. Now, the use of polythene bags and polystyrene food containers, popularly called takeaway packs, is a common phenomenon used by food vendors and shops when packaging an item. Well, one person who is changing this narrative is a young entrepreneur and manager of Slep and Beb, a food joint that has adopted an alternative means in packaging meals. My colleague Onekia Menta Brampa has more.
Plastic packaging of food is a major contributor of plastic waste and environmental degradation in the country. Each food item an individual buys from a food vendor generates several categories of plastic waste. But one man is changing the narrative. Obed Kwame Fiafoli, a young entrepreneur, started cooking in 2015. He has discovered a strategy of fighting the menace of plastic waste generated from the sale of food. He uses paper.
My love for food brought me to East Legon, where I discovered Slep and Burp. I ordered for food, and one thing that caught my attention was an inscription on their paper bag package, and it reads that enjoy the good thing inside, then do a good thing too. Reuse this bag, reuse it again and again, then recycle it again. This is to support efforts to rid our cities of waste. Slep and Burp, so fine things. And trust me, this caught my attention.
People have tried to say that plastic is bad, but then they haven't done anything substantive to change the narrative. And once the opportunity came on my part, I decided to make a bold statement in my own way. I probably couldn't change the world on a larger scale, but then in my small way, I could make that difference. Starting out, we needed ways we could source the material locally, and we didn't find any. So at a few points in time, we felt that it couldn't be done. But then when we persisted, we found out that it's possible that we could make this packaging right here in Ghana.
Although it looks presentable and environmentally friendly, the use of paper always comes at a cost.
The packaging is expensive in comparison to the plastic packaging we see on the market on a daily. We don't produce paper in Ghana, that's one. So most of the paper products that we use in Ghana is imported. So it's expensive, but then in a larger sense, it's cheaper if we want to save the environment.
These plastic packages comes in handy for most vendors in terms of sizes.
All right, so that's how we conclude News at 10, our last news bulletin for the day. Thanks very much for watching. My name is Paa Kwesi Asare. For more news, you can log on to our website, www.3news.com. You've got to stay tuned in right here to TV3, because right after this, we're bringing you the full version of the documentary by BBCI titled Sex for Greats.
Good evening, sex goddess.
Good evening, who is calling?
Please, this is Nanaya.
Nanaya, talk to me.
I'm 24 and dating a 27-year-old handsome guy. We had our first sex in October, and that was when I noticed my boyfriend has not been circumcised, and it's a big problem for me.
Empenatri boni I think our boni ebani. Etrim. So what's here or don't sir? Memo advice, tips, any ideas on love, sex. And so ya eda oba any obemantem. In Kitahudi, our for adore Nimua mu trim nadia kwa we mu stretching na Medebema or also you made ye ebaso every Thursday wada anaju pia from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on Onia 95.1 FM, which is one and only radio sex goddess of love, Miss Bill.
No matter the risk involved, we will bring you in-depth news, features, and documentaries. The assignment offers high-impact investigation and in-depth reporting from across Ghana, Africa, and beyond, from more than one perspective.
The assignment shows on Tuesdays at 10:30 p.m., Wednesdays at 2:30 p.m., and 8 a.m. every Thursday.
Sex for grades. University professors sexually harassing and blackmailing their students.
Situations have been going on for years, and every single year, every single department, every single student, there's always a story.
We all hear about it, but it's almost never proven.
The very first advice I got was don't ever go to your male lecturer's office alone.
Good afternoon. Fine, thank you.
It's as if almost everybody in Nigeria and Ghana knows somebody who's been sexually harassed by a lecturer.
Nobody wants to listen. Nobody wants to believe victims. It is crazy. I know a lot of people that have been abused, and nobody is trying to do anything.
For the past year, I've been working with BBC Africa Eye to build a team of female investigators. For the first time ever, we planted journalists